You did everything right. You dove into the books, absorbed the videos, made a real commitment. You began intermittent fasting, slashed the carbs, embraced the keto way of eating. In those early weeks, or perhaps even the first couple of months, it all clicked. The scale showed real progress. Maybe you shed 15 pounds. Your energy levels surged back to life. Clothes that once felt tight hung loosely again. A sense of pride washed over you, the kind that makes you stand a little taller. But then, subtly at first, things shifted. The numbers on the scale refused to budge anymore. Hunger returned, but it was fiercer now, more insistent, like a demand you couldn't ignore. Fatigue set in, not the kind from a late night, but a deep, exhausting weariness that seeped into your bones. You caught your reflection and saw it clearly. You weren't just smaller, you appeared softer, less defined, almost fragile. The real sting came when you eased up and ate more normally. The weight piled back on quicker than it had vanished. Doubts crept in, whispering that maybe something was fundamentally wrong with you. Let me assure you, nothing is broken about you. These approaches, cutting carbs drastically or timing your meals, do deliver results, and the reasons behind them hold up. They shine brightly in the short haul, yet without one essential element, they falter over time. That element isn't about summoning more willpower or drilling discipline into your routine. It's about protein, specifically, the quantity you consume, the moment you introduce it, and the common mistakes people make around it. In this script, we'll uncover why these methods lose steam for so many folks past 50, and I'll share one straightforward adjustment that turns the tide. No fancy add-ons, no costly plans, just a tweak in how you end your fasting period. Let's rewind to the start, when everything felt magical. Picture yourself stepping into intermittent fasting or a low-carb setup for the first time. Your body undergoes a remarkable shift in how it gathers fuel. For years, perhaps decades, it relied on sugars and carbs, quick bursts of glucose from breads, pastas, sweets. When you pull those away, either by fasting or limiting carbs sharply, your system adapts. It pivots to fat as its main energy source. In a keto-style eating pattern, this state is known as using fat for fuel efficiently. During fasting windows, your reserves of stored fat get tapped directly. Those initial days bring rapid changes. 5, 7, or even 10 pounds melt away swiftly. Much of that is water weight, tied to how carbs function in the body. Each gram of stored carbs binds to about 3 grams of water, so depleting them flushes out that excess fluid. You step on the scale and celebrate the drop. You move with newfound lightness. Meanwhile, a key hormone called insulin, which signals fat storage, dips low. With it lowered, your fat-burning processes accelerate. Mentally, you sharpen, thoughts clear, focus intensifies, a steady energy hums through your day. This early stage, often called the honeymoon period, is pure bliss. Friends hear about it, you share updates online, convinced you've unlocked the secret. And in that phase, you're right, it is delivering. Yet beneath the surface, a quieter process unfolds, one that can undermine your gains if left unchecked. Your body is incredibly adaptive, built for endurance above all else. Survival demands safeguarding energy supplies. Fasting or carb restriction doesn't limit breakdown to fat alone, it scans all available resources. Fat serves as the go-to, but muscle tissue enters the equation too. Maintaining muscle costs energy. Every pound of it revs up your baseline calorie burn, even at rest or asleep. In scarcity mode, your body calculates. Food intake is low, so why keep spending on something so pricey? It begins dismantling muscle for parts, converting proteins into usable fuel. This muscle breakdown happens silently, without fanfare. You won't jolt awake realizing you've lost a chunk of strength overnight. Instead, it reveals itself gradually. Stairs demand more effort, jars resist your grip, afternoons drag with unexplained tiredness. Imagine your body as a bank account holding various assets. Fat for long-term reserves, muscle for active spending power. Fasting acts like withdrawals from that account. If you keep withdrawing without strategic deposits, the balance dwindles unevenly. Fat depletion is ideal, but sacrificing muscle hurts long-term, as it's the engine driving your metabolism, your daily vitality, your ability to stay active and self-reliant with age. Losing it dials down your calorie burn at rest, forcing stricter eating to maintain progress, a vicious cycle known as your body adapting to conserve. Plateaus emerge not from the fasting itself, but from this imbalance. The oversight lies in what follows your fast, what you reach for first. Envision the scene. You've held steady through 16, 18, or 20 hours without food, hunger gnawing steadily. Finally, you eat. But too often, the choices lean toward carbs. Toast slathered in spreads, rice bowls, pasta twists, fruits bursting with sweetness, or hearty oats. Or perhaps fats dominate, creamy cheeses, handfuls of nuts, ripe avocados, generous butter pats, even in your morning brew. These have value. They fit into balanced eating. Yet neither addresses the urgent rebuild your body craves post-fast. What it yearns for is protein, delivered promptly and plentifully. Without it, the breakdown from fasting lingers unresolved. Fasting tears down, protein reconstructs. Deprived of building blocks, muscle repair stalls, and losses accumulate over time. Metabolism lags further, and when you expand eating again, your body, sensing prior hardship, hoards fiercely. Rebounding weight settles as fat, not firm tissue. This cycle breaks hearts because followers adhered to the rules, yet results evaporated. More fasting seems the fix, but it deepens the deficit. True resolution comes from refining your eating windows, anchoring them with protein. Here's the game changer, deceptively straightforward. When ending your fast, lead with protein, 25 to 35 grams of it, high-quality sources within that first hour. Not tucked after veggies or blended into drinks, front and center. This simple reorder sparks multiple benefits. First, it kickstarts the repair and growth of muscle. After fasting's teardown, your body eagerly absorbs amino acids from protein to mend and fortify tissues. It's like flipping from demolition to construction mode. Picture fasting as clearing debris from a worn structure, stripping away the unnecessary. But without supplies and workers to erect something sturdier, you end up with rubble. Protein supplies those materials and directs the build, yielding a more resilient frame. Second, it curbs appetite effectively. Among nutrients, protein satisfies longest, signaling fullness hormones to ease off. Starting meals this way prevents the ravenous urges that strike soon after eating, helping you consume less overall without feeling deprived. Third, digesting protein demands real effort. Your body expends 25 to 30% of its calories just processing it, far outpacing carbs at 5 to 10% or fats near zero. This passive burn boosts your daily expenditure subtly but surely. This isn't a call to protein-only meals. Fats from wholesome sources, vibrant vegetables, and carbs suited to your tolerance remain vital for completeness. The nuance lies in sequence, portion, and sources. Scattering protein thinly, 10 grams here, 15 there, another 10 later, totals decently but misses impact. Your body utilizes a finite amount per session for muscle work. Excess shifts to other uses like quick energy. Concentrate 25 to 35 grams in one go to maximize the repair signal. This focused approach, sometimes called pacing protein strategically, sustains fasting indefinitely. Why does it endure where others fade? Preserving muscle amid fat loss maintains metabolic fire. You burn steadily, sidestepping the slowdown that breeds frustration. Strength endures, energy flows, the fight eases. Fasting evolves from ordeal to ally, sculpting a leaner, more capable you. Countless individuals report this shift, not mere weight drop, but renewal, feeling youthful, powering through days with vigor, reclaiming autonomy. Most undereat protein, particularly after 50, when needs rise. Basic guidelines suggest minimal amounts to avoid lack, around 50 to 60 grams daily for average adults. That wards off basics but doesn't fuel thriving, especially under fasting or fat loss stress. For those aiming to hold muscle amid restriction, target roughly 1 gram per pound of your desired weight. Eyeing 150 pounds? Shoot for 150 grams across your meals. It sounds substantial, yet tracking reveals how scant prior intake was. Consider someone named Susan, 62, and disheartened. She'd fasted intermittently for half a year, 16 hours off, 8 on, dropping 12 pounds initially, then stalling and regaining. Exhaustion plagued her, joints ached, weakness shadowed steps. Her fast breaker? A blended drink of banana, plant milk, greens, nut spread, yielding maybe 8 to 10 grams protein. Lunch salad held scant chicken, another 15 grams, dinner fish and produce added 20%. Daily total, 45 grams for her 160-pound frame, insufficient for recovery during long fasts. The tweak, launch with 3 eggs plus full-fat yogurt, 30 grams right away. Boost lunch chicken to 4 ounces, dinner fish similarly, perhaps yogurt scoop later. Skeptical at first, too much volume. She tried 4 weeks. Returning, she shone. 6 pounds lighter, yet stronger. Knees eased, afternoons alert, nights restful. I figured age-barred muscle gains, she reflected. 2 years on, at 64, weight stable, vitality surpassing her 50s, all from prioritizing protein up front. To make this actionable today, follow these steps. First, select a fasting rhythm suiting your rhythm. 16 hours fasting, 8 eating proves accessible for beginners. End dinner at 7 p.m., resume at 11 a.m. or 8 p.m., close noon open. Align with sleep, work, life. Second, prioritize that initial protein hit, 25 to 35 grams promptly. Options abound. Scramble 3 eggs with greens and cheese shreds for 30 grams. Stir protein-rich powder into a cup of thick yogurt for 35. Grill 4 ounces chicken alongside veggies for 30. Mix canned fish with avocado over cucumber for 30. Choose favorites, but lead with them. Third, weave protein through every meal in your window. 30 to 40 grams for 2 meals, 25 to 30 for 3. Consistency trumps perfection. Build the habit. Fourth, incorporate gentle activity. No intense gym sessions required, but signal muscle retention. Stroll with light weights. Perform squats using body weight. Stretch with bands. 10 minutes daily suffices to reinforce. Fifth, hydrate deliberately. Fasting skips food-bound fluids. Sip water steadily. For extended fasts beyond 16 hours, add sea salt pinch or balanced minerals. Dehydration saps energy, amplifies cravings, clouds mind. A sample day illustrates: rise at 7 a.m., start with salted water. At noon, break fast, scrambled eggs, wilted spinach, half avocado, protein-packed, nourishing fats, fiber. If hunger stirs by 3 p.m., opt yogurt with berries, nuts, another 25 grams protein, antioxidants, crunch. Dinner at 7 p.m., baked fish, roasted cruciferous veggies, modest root vegetable, balanced, satisfying. Cease at 8 p.m., unwind with tea or water. Variations keep it fresh. Swap eggs for turkey slices rolled with cheese, yogurt for quark or skyr, chicken for tofu if preferred, though animal sources absorb best, salmon for tuna or eggs. Experiment. Post-fast omelet with mushrooms, feta, cottage cheese bowl with tomatoes, herbs, lean beef strips stir-fried lightly. Snacks like hard-boiled eggs, jerky, or cheese sticks bridge if needed, always protein-led. Over weeks, tastes evolve. Cravings for sweets fade as satisfaction grows. For those over 60, approach with extra care. Fasting empowers but demands attentiveness. Consult professionals before launching, particularly with ongoing treatments. Shifts in eating can influence dosages for blood pressure, sugar control, or circulation. Stick to 16-hour fasts initially. Extend only under guidance. Hydration intensifies in importance. Age dulls thirst cues, so schedule drinks, half your weight in ounces daily, more if active. Symptoms like lightheadedness, fatigue, irregular pulse mean break immediately, safety first. Muscle preservation accelerates post-60. Natural decline hastens without intervention. Protein isn't extra. It's foundational against frailty, mobility loss, fragility. Every gram guards independence. Tune into signals. Fasting should energize, not drain. Persistent weariness, thinning hair, chilliness signal overreach. Shorten windows, amplify protein or calories. Adapt kindly, progress unfolds patiently. Intermittent fasting and low-carb eating aren't flawed. They're potent instruments. Paired with timed, ample protein, they thrive enduringly. Fasting declutters, priming renewal, protein reconstructs superior. Without it, efforts erode into depletion. With it, they forge resilience. Metabolism preserved, strength amplified, vitality restored. Perfection eludes, consistency conquers. Begin modestly. 1 protein-led break fast. Sustain a week, extend to 2, build to month. Observe shifts, energy steadying, power returning, appetite tamed. Track fit over figures, fluid motion, sound sleep, buoyant mood. You've invested tirelessly. This pivot may align the pieces. You merit wellness, fortitude, reclaimed days. It commences simply: an egg, a choice. Fasting clears, protein renews profoundly. Initiate now. To deepen understanding, revisit the initial thrill. That water weight loss? It's motivational, proving the method engages. But sustaining demands beyond, honoring muscle's role. Without it, even modest activity fatigues, daily tasks strain. Protein counters by fueling repair enzymes, amino chains linking into fibers. Post-fast absorption peaks. Leucine, a key player, ignites pathways ignored in carb-first meals. Satiation stems from stomach stretch plus hormone cascades, slower emptying, ghrelin dip, fullness signals to brain. Thermic boost, enzymes work overtime, raising core heat, expenditure. Long-term, this preserves lean mass. Studies show fasters with protein priority lose 80% fat, 20% muscle versus reverse. Over 50, hormones like growth factors wane, protein compensates, mimicking youth's efficiency. Susan's arc exemplifies pre-change catabolism outpaced anabolism, yielding saggy recomp. Post-synthesis surged, visible tone, joint relief from stability. She added walks, amplifying gains. You can too. Pair protein with resistance, post-meal push-ups, carries. Hydration aids, water transports aminos, flushes waste. Electrolytes prevent cramps, fog. For variety, breakfast burritos, eggs, sausage, peppers, and low-carb wrap. Lunches, tuna salad over greens, olive oil. Dinners, steak, asparagus, quinoa sprinkle. Desserts, protein pudding, powder, milk, vanilla. Track via app initially, then Intuit portions, palm-sized meats, fist veggies, thumb fats. Challenges arise. Bloating. Choose slowly. Choose digestible like whey isolate if whey sensitive. Time crunched? Prep shakes, collagen peptides blend seamlessly. Social meals, order protein mains, veggies sides, steak over fries, travel, packs of jerky bars. Over 60 specifics, bone health ties muscle. Protein supports density via load bearing. Sleep improves with tryptophan-rich sources, turkey, dairy. Mood lifts, serotonin precursors abound. If vegetarian, combine lentils plus rice. Quinoa alone hits grams, but bioavailability favors complete profiles. Eggs, dairy, fish excel. Plateaus persist, audit protein logs, add variety. Hunger lingers, up grams slightly. Energy dips, shorten fast temporarily. Community aids, share wins, tips, measure beyond scale, photos, measurements, strength tests, jar opens easier, victory. This holistic weave, fastings reset, proteins rebuild, crafts lasting change. You've endured setbacks, resilience defines you. Embrace the shift, protein heralds not deprivation, but empowerment. Body responds gratefully, thanking with vigor, form, freedom. The path illuminates with this key. Step forward, transformation awaits. Expanding further, consider metabolic nuances. Youth rebounds swiftly, maturity conserves wisely. Fasting mimics ancestral feast-famines, but modern sedentariness amplifies muscle risk. Protein counters via mTOR pathway activation. Simple, eat enough, timely. Daily totals for 130-pound goal, 130 grams, 43 grams thrice. Sources: chicken breast 4 ounces equal to 30, salmon 6 equal to 35, eggs 4 equal to 24, yogurt 1 cube equal to 20 plus powder equal toten. Mix: breakfast eggs plus yogurt equal to 40, lunch turkey salad equal to 35, dinner pork chop equal to 35, snack cheese equal 20. Totals exceed slightly. Buffer for absorption variances. Analogy evolves, body is garden. Fasting prunes overgrowth, protein sows seeds, nurtures shoots. Neglect, weeds fat, regrow wild tend. Bounty thrives. Over 50 soil hormones depletes. Fertilize generously, movement waters, hydration irrigates. Harvest health, not just aesthetics. Stories abound. Men post-55 report belted notches stable, hikes effortless. Women note dresses flattering anew, stairs conquered. Universally, sleep deepens. Protein stabilizes blood sugar overnight. Practical tweaks, fast breakers evolve. Week 1, eggs basic. Week 2, add herbs variety. Integrate family, shared grilled meats. Grocery staples, cans fish, frozen shrimp. Bulk cheese, affordable, versatile. Budget, protein dense, satiates, reduces snacking spends. Environment cues, plate protein quadrant first. Mindset, view as fuel, not restriction. Gratitude journals, energy sustained today. Science backs, trials show protein first lowers insulin spikes, steadies glucose, ideal for mature metabolisms. For longevity, layer habits. Post 60, falls plummet with muscle, protein prevents. Immunity bolsters via antibodies. Skin elasticity from collagen proteins. Brain fog lifts, tyrosine fuels neurotransmitters. Heart health, lean protein swap processed. Sustainability, 80/20th rule, most days adhere, flexibility allows. Relapses, restart gently, no shame. Community forums echo, protein changed my fasting game. Culmination, this isn't trend, timeless principle. Ancestors thrived protein forward in scarcity. Modern twist, intentional timing. You've journeyed far, this completes the map. Protein isn't add-on, core. Fasting invites protein answers. Build boldly, live vibrantly. Today marks beginning. Choose protein, claim power.